59 Grand Slam titles, many singles titles, more than anyone else, the world's #1 player for 133 weeks. But Martina Navratilova's influence is far beyond those numbers that she's achieved on the tennis court. It is a massive honor to be able to talk to you. Thank you so much. Martina, you conducted a masterclass, a clinic at Sania Mirza's Academy earlier. It's not your first visit to India, but for a country like India where a lot of people cannot afford to play sports and tennis isn't the cheapest one, how do you think we can make it more accessible to kids who'd like to?
Well, it's about opportunities for playing tennis, and also for girls to be involved in sports, period, because India is not a country where girls are encouraged to play sports. Boys always, girls usually discouraged. So it's a bit of a cultural thing. And as far as tennis is concerned, of course, it's about opportunities and financial possibilities. But these kind of academies that Sania, for example, what Sania Mirza has done here in Hyderabad is great, because girls get the opportunities. They have great coaching. The courts are there, so it's just up to you whether you make the most of it. So it's tricky, I know. And tennis is a sport that takes a long time to develop into a really good player. And kids these days, they don't have the patience. But I know that the kids here at the academy certainly had the attitude and the willpower to be out there on the court and try their best.
It's very problematic to compare greats, especially when I'm sitting with one. But what's your opinion on Serena being the greatest of all? And do you think anything at all can probably stop her from getting those 24 slams?
Well, I think she's on course to win the calendar year Grand Slam, which I've never done, but Steffi Graf has done. You know, they always try to compare Rod Laver to Roger Federer and this and that. Who's the greatest of all time? Well, we're the greatest of our generation, and you can't really compare generations because there are different situations, different landmarks, different ways of measuring. So you know, I've always said I'm happy to be in that group of one of the greatest of all times, and Serena Williams is of course there, as is Steffi Graf, as is Chris Evert. So you know, Margaret Court. I mean, you can't. How do you pick? And you know, if I was growing up 30 years later, 25 years later, and was competing against Serena, then you can talk talk about us on the same terms, but it's different terms. So I'm proud to be in that group, and Serena Williams is certainly in that group as well.
Okay. Martina, you've been someone who's always been very open talking about sexism in tennis. Serena, even every time she wins, let's say she won a Wimbledon just last weekend, there are so many people who are going to say, oh, she keeps winning slams because she's got the build of a man. Why is it difficult to admit that a player can win because she's talented, she's powerful, and she's set the benchmark so high?
Well, I don't know that people talked about that much before, but it seems to be a subject for talking about right now. But Serena Williams is the most powerful tennis player perhaps ever. I know she's stronger than, well, I'm not sure she is that much stronger than I was in my heyday. You know, we'd have to bench press to see who was stronger. But tennis is more about just power. But Serena certainly hits the ball harder than anybody out there, and she's been able to harness that power. But it still takes a lot of ability to hit the tennis ball as well as she does. So, you know, we should not look at it as a put down. Built like a man, I don't think so. She's got curves of a woman, but she certainly has an amazing strength, and that strength is here, and that strength is here as well. So she puts it together, and you know, tennis is not just about strength; it's a lot more than that.
Is it easier, you know, perhaps to be loved more being a male athlete? Is it, you know, just on the basis of your ability to play a sport?
I think, again, it's more accepted for men to be athletes than for women. We still are fighting that battle of equality on that front. You know, you still have countries where women can't vote. You have countries where women can't drive. You have countries where women have no say-so over who they marry. And, you know, they're not in control of their own lives. So we still have a long ways to go before women achieve equality on social terms, and certainly in athletic terms as well. So, but it's, you know, it's going to take some time, but we're going the right direction. But, you know, we still are ways away.
Martina, in 1981, you told the world you were lesbian. You said that, look, my tennis is my tennis, and this is another part of me. Where did you get the guts from, and did you ever think about what the repercussions were going to be?
Well, I didn't think there should be any repercussions, but I never thought there was anything wrong with being gay, and that was long before I thought that I knew I was gay. So I just didn't understand what the issue was, and I never felt that I had to make excuses or apologize for who I was. So I was true to myself, and it just took the world a few decades to catch up.
Yeah.
But what I was excoriated for and criticized for 30 years ago, now I'm applauded for the same thing. So it's kind of come a full circle, and it's just nice that gays and lesbians have better rights around the world. But again, we still have a long way to go. We have full equality rights.
Yeah.
We have full equality rights in America now, same-sex marriage, etc. But it's still okay to fire people for being gay in many states. That needs to change. And of course, we have countries in the world where they execute you for being gay. So we have a long way to go. In India, it's against the law, and like I said, we have a long way to go yet.
Is it different and perhaps more difficult for sports persons to accept, that they're gay? A lot of people say it's because they think they're going to lose endorsements. Is that true at all?
Well, how many people get endorsements, really? There's few players get endorsements. No, I don't think that's the case anymore. It was a case certainly in my time, but not anymore.
All right. And before I let you go, you proposed during the US Open last year. You've got so many professional and personal commitments. How are you balancing everything, and how's marriage? Marriage
is great. Married life is great. The kids are really feeling more secure within the relationship because they can feel that we're more of a unit, and we have a protection of the law on our side. We don't have to worry what might happen, balancing everything. It's life is about finding that balance between work and play and family and friends and all of that. So I think right now I've kind of hit the sweet spot, and I have a nice balance of how much I work and how much time I spend with my family and my animals, and life is good.
Wow. Thank you so much, Martina, for speaking with us. And it was a massive honor speaking to you. Thank you.
Thank you.